All right, let me get a few people in here, and then we'll go from there. Kind of go over a few things before before the open. I'm gonna put ES and NQ beside each other to kind of start. So there's actually a few things I'm watching. I'll cover that in just a minute. Perfect timing, just left for the gym, good volume, perfect. Thanks, guys. So, hang on. Let me get a few more people in here just before I start. I'll give it about 2 more minutes. Hopefully everyone had a fantastic New Year and Christmas. Did anyone get the algorithm for Christmas? By the way, I'm watching this sell side short term. There's going to be equal highs here on this side too. So if you go over here, you'll see them. But I don't know if I have any interest in getting there yet. Because if you look up here, you see all of this. There's a lot of imbalances in here. Okay. So you can see that, right? You can see there's a lot of places that need to be, quote unquote mitigated, right? So we watch that, but if we're trading short term, my interest becomes these equal lows, and it'll be these on ES2. Now, if we go to a higher time frame just for NQ's sake, you'll see how we have all of this engineered buy side here, 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 and you see how if you could take this is a good way to see the fractal sense of it all. Okay. This is a 1-minute chart, okay? This is a 4-hour chart. Do you see the delivery here? We come down in here. You see this? Same thing. There's a set of equal highs here, and you got a set of equal highs here, okay? What happens when we come down here, right? Then we go up. So really understanding the fractal delivery, getting on other time frames allows you to see some things. Because what I'm seeing here is the same thing I'm seeing here. On all, like there's so many ranges within, like you have to be aware of where you're at in all of this. But I mean, just my focus right now is just this range, here to here, okay? And then you have these equal lows here. So there's quite a bit to unpack, but essentially, if you understand that the damage was done here, we're going higher. So it's kind of complex to kind of go into detail. It's not something I really want to do on a live, but anyways, my real focus is just this range here. This range is what I'm looking at for the short term. But anyways, There's still some unmitigated, stuff down here. Obviously, these would be equal lows on a smaller time frame. You can see that, but if you can view that from both sides, and I'm trying to like explain this without going too in depth, and it's the same thing here. You have this range, or you have this range. So, anyways, there's obviously a lot to unpack and uncover, but let's just focus on the smaller time frame. Just understand that it's fractal delivery all around. It's very important to understand that. The markets operate on a premium and discount basis, so once you can kind of nail that down a little bit, you'll find better detail and all that. So just something to be mindful of. Does anyone have any questions before the open there? Anything in particular? Trying to get this to where it shows up, where it looks a little smoother. No questions. Fantastic. I didn't know if people would show up to the stream or not. I really could care less who shows up to my streams because you can always go back and rewatch them. So it's the same irregardless. Okay, so what do we have here? So, I mean, really, we're just waiting for open. I mean, this is a manipulation macro. I'll get some more questions as time kind of permits itself. Have you ever noticed that at 11:25, or sorry, not 11, at 8:24, 8:25, there's a small injection of like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it does it, but it's like right at 8:25 sometimes, like the market will just like quickly snap to something, and it's really weird. I noticed that one day when I was trading before open. It was like 8:25, just like spam, slammed. And then I started noticing it like continuously right before open. It actually does more than this typically, but anyways, there's just one small, minute thing that I was watching. I just found that to be ironic. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are bullish right now. I'm trying to figure out what people are on the. Okay, if you're watching this chat, and there's about 15 of you in here, it's gonna diminish. Are you bullish or bearish? What do you think is going to happen? I'm curious. Like, what do you actually think like is going to happen? More bullish, okay. We got one. Bearish for London lows and then buy side. Okay. Perfect. Up, down, up. The market goes up and the market goes down, right? Just putting a few things on the chart for you guys to study, watch. You ever, like, you have to go in and you have to study, like, what PD arrays work, what don't, why do they work, why don't they work. We have 2 minutes till open. It's interesting to say the least. You'll notice that outside of key times, PD arrays get disrespected, right? And that's where you have a reclaimed PD array. Then you have the premium and discount arrays. Like those are important too. So like if you ever go in and you put these on your chart and you're like, well, it's respecting here, and then it blows past it. Well, you got to think of like the ranges you're in too. This could easily become a reclaimed PD array. So if I'm to long, by the way, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to long. I don't care if I miss the move, even if it goes higher. If I'm to long, it's going to be down here somewhere, okay? It's not going to be up here. I'm not going to try to like find a move in here. I don't have any interest in that right now. So that could easily change at open. But as of right now, I'm more set towards this sell side for both of these. Just because we're, if you go to a higher time frame, you'll see it. Like it's just, yeah, you're up here. But we have these equal highs. So what I anticipate, what I would prefer to see is I want to see buyers under the sell stops. I don't want to see, we have 1 minute till open. I don't want to see us buy up here. We can go and engineer some more buy side, but even if it takes it, you just leave it. There's nothing wrong with it. But ideally, your best shorts are going to come. I mean, even if you put midnight low in here, so under midnight low, right? Anything under there is going to be considered discount. So if that's the way you want to see it, you could do that too. But so here's open here. See how we come back here? I'm going to wait now. So there's really nothing to do at open. So the manipulation macro did a little manipulation to the upside, but nothing like, you're basically just in here. This little range, you're still waiting. I would love to just see this as a manipulation and then come down lower. But even if they take it, I could care less. This game is about patience, and you're looking for specific signatures, and you're looking for things in price that really stand out. You want time and price to align, right? Yeah, Marquise, that's down sweep of some lows and try to grab buy side we left. Yeah, that's ideally what you want to look for. Now, even if that doesn't occur, I mean, if now we're at a key time, right? Okay, so if there's a key time, you have these equal highs right here. You want to note where they're leaving all of this behind. I mean, it's very important, obviously, but and we could easily create SMT up here. I mean, there's so many like small signatures you just have to watch for. It's extremely important to understand that things that you don't typically look at, which you should. Like to me, I'm like finding a reason to short up here. I'm not finding, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. Doobie doobie doo. Doo-bop boo. Come on down. So many people are bullish. So many. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Most people have just bought all that. You gotta understand that, right? Like literally. That's a short-term low taken. So look at that. Now you have this to think about. Still not what I want to see, but I mean, it's worthy to be mindful of. Like, there's a lot of like, how can I explain this? So ES is obviously the weaker pair, right? It's going to get into this discounted area. I still think NQ gets here, but I would love to see it go ahead and come down. I wouldn't want to see it waste any more time. But ES is trying to get under those. Now, this, mind you, this can exist for as long as it needs to, but typically in this scenario, when I'm looking from here to here, I would like this to get taken out and us take another low and create another SMT through that low versus, yeah. So when stuff like this happens, I mean, I'd probably take profit on something if I were short here, right? Wink, wink. But I'm still, this is where I'm looking for. I'm not, like, my stops would be managed, right? I'm looking for this. So both of these at a key time, the respect versus disrespect, you can see the difference. And I put these on there so you can see what it's like. This is why ICT comes back and refers to certain things. You would be looking at this, right? You'd be looking at this, you'd be looking at this city and include the volume imbalance, right? But I would be looking at these. And it's because we're like, you think they would be utilized at this time, but it's not a key time. So price disrespects them, comes back up above them. You can buy, I mean, you can short in here on these like reclaimed PD arrays typically. But most people don't even think about that or consider like reclaimed PD arrays. So it's very important to understand. Ultimately, I'm looking here. So, and it's because, watch how ES gets here. We're gonna run these highs. Actually, I take that back. I'm not gonna say we're gonna run those highs because on the higher time frame, we still need to get down to this area right here. If they opt to go down there, somewhere in here, and I just remember that level because from looking at it, and I've got it. It's not that exact level, but yeah. SMT still exists here. So if ES were to get, and really I would just look at this, to be honest, from here to here. See that? That's like, that's where you'd want to short the weaker pair and then take your, profits here. So yeah, this is why I say you have to be mindful of everything, because if not, like, you're gonna mess this up. Like, this is what's happening like all the time, back and forth, smaller time frames, higher time frame, all of that happens on it happens continuously. So if you're not aware of what the market's doing, then you're going to miss the move, right? So, but like, I'm not gonna sit here and put SMT on my chart. I'm not gonna put every SMT on my chart. I don't have a bunch of indicators on my chart. I'm just aware of what's happening real time, and then from there, I just do the work. That's it. I don't like this back and forth though, but with the SMT and ES, but anyways, you can typically find this kind of stuff at Open. There's a lot, when I do these streams, there's just so much to go in detail on that I don't really want to go in detail on, or that it would take hours to explain, hours to go in depth on. Like, I don't have any interest in that, doing that on stream or anything like that. Like, if you want me to just tell you where I think price is going to go left and like up, down, when like there's a bunch of just like back and forth movement and things of that nature, like that's the easy part in my opinion. But if you want to get like technical, like you have to really pay attention. Even if you wanted upside, this is also something to pay attention to. Even if you wanted upside, why can't you get it yet? Because they're like, what fair value gaps do we have? This is the first presentation here, this big one. But what, like, there's no fair value gaps to even enter in on. So you gotta wait. I just have no interest in longs at this time, to be honest. It's not the right time. We have a macro in 10 minutes. I probably won't trade past the 10 o'clock macro. Here we go again. Same thing. SMT still exists. You're just waiting on a key signature. Like, that's it. Like, you're just waiting for something to happen that presents itself. Yeah. Here we go. But see, I've had this low on my chart before the open. Like, you need to be, like, you need some kind of framework. You see, I don't have 20 different things on my chart. That's another thing. I think too many people have too much on their chart. I literally have 2 points of reference on my chart. That's it. That's all I have here. And then these two. And that's just to show you what like reclaimed PD arrays are. So, and what they may look like. But outside of that, you don't need 15 things on your chart. You only need 2 or 3 at most. Like, this is all happening down here. If I'm like, I wouldn't take a long on here, but this is what I prefer to see. They're buying under sell stops, or like they're engineering liquidity in a premium. So lots to unpack here. And then you get a big down move like this, like ICT said in his new video, like these black limousines. Like, yeah, give me those. I'd love to see those. I give my life to you. Still waiting. Nothing too crazy to do yet. Guys, if now remember, okay, and I had this drawing up last time, but I think it's good to kind of bring it back. Like, you don't need the highest high and the lowest low. Like, we just need the meat of the move. So remember that chicken leg that I drew? So ICT talks about it a lot, but the meat of the move is not like at the, like, here's your meat of the move. Let me get a highlighter so I can highlight this again. This is important. A lot of people think they need to get up here, and they think they need to get down here. But if you look, and I'm going to put a different color on this so it makes real good sense. When you look in here, that's your meat of the move, right? So you don't have to time the top or the bottom. Like, you just need your piece of the pie. When's the last time you got 30 points or 20 points from a trade? Like, guys, this stuff's important. Like, you need to, it's very important to understand how, if you're taking just low-hanging fruit objectives, you're trying to make your needs met, like you're not trying to do the most or anything like that, like you can do that easily. But yeah. You see how, like, you have to understand, like, you need patience. Patience is needed throughout all of this. If you don't have patience, you're not going to make it. I am in no rush. I've made no, even if it takes this high, I really just could care less. It's not going to make a difference to me. When I'm trying to find an entry, I'm waiting. I'm not like chasing any moves. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm trying to find when things are going to happen before they happen. But it's all in the details. The details matter. You see that? Volume imbalance. Bam. Bam. And these are serving their interest again. Serving some importance. You can see why there's really, I mean, there is direction, but there's not really any direction at the same time just because of what's occurring. Yeah, fins. The chicken leg is extremely important. It's the meat of the move, man. You guys you can't knock the meat of the move. If you missed it, you'll have to go back. Whoever said down sweep of some lows and try to grab buy side, that's what happened though here. So I'd look for that on ES, and then I would look for that on NQ, and then you find your trade, right? Just note where we stopped short of here. This happens all the time. Like, you just have to be aware of it. We stopped short of highs, and we go into a discount here, and now we trade higher. So there's some trades you can find. If you're on like a 15-second time frame, like I could scalp this from here to there. I can buy short because I know that we didn't get there here, and I know I'm anticipating lower, so you can take a short here. And on a 15-second chart, you're gonna have this as your point of reference as a equal low, and then you have that. So you'll take some off here. By the way, this to here is like 80 points. So you can't, like, there's so many avenues to make money in trading, and you just can't, don't shortfall yourself, or don't think you have to have the biggest move and anything like that. Like, look at the opportunities, okay? I think that's the most important thing to understand. This is the first presentation again, by the way, but still waiting, still nothing to be done. You can watch these two. We got 4 minutes till the macro. Kind of just, basically all we did was take out these highs and then come back and take out these lows. So that my only objective would just be here now. But this is the, like, you don't want to long this one. You would want to long somewhere in this. I would encourage you to study this. This is big, obviously, but you can see that. Like, does everybody sees this, right? You see the divergence there, and you see what, like, you need to understand before a move even plays out, why does it have, what is the justification with, why would a move go higher? Why would it go lower? Does that make sense? Like, you have to have a reason for price to do something. So, anyways, it's good stuff. But I have two things on my chart. I know where we stopped short of. I know where the shorts are going to land at, where I should anticipate something to happen. Does that make, like, I need everyone to understand that does that make sense? So I don't care if there's 19 people in here. To the all 19 that tuned in, do you understand that something has to happen before a move pans out? If you do not have something play out beforehand, you cannot anticipate where you should enter or anything like that, where you're going to get an explosive move. Like, how many people thought, well, it didn't take the sell side on NQ. Like, he said it, well, it doesn't have to. Like, look. Smart money is buying this. Smart money. The algorithm has already gotten to a discounted area. It doesn't need to go any lower. And when you're not getting in a close below a discount, like it's fixing to go. Like, that's why this move is so explosive. So, be mindful. Smart money loads under sell stops. Got it? Don't complicate it. It's not hard. But I don't put all of this stuff on my chart because I don't care to. I don't need it. I see it. I see it real time. That's why you don't need 369. You don't need, like, dude, like, come on. Like, seriously. Like, if you were to 369 this, 9 plus 4, 13 plus 1 equals 14, and 1 plus 4 equals 5. Like, what the heck does that have to do with 369? Like, nothing. Like, these charts have nothing to do with 369. It really does not matter. There's nothing to do with, like, Bollinger Bands, VWAP, anything like that. Like all of those are historical indicators, okay? Historical indicators. I don't care about 369. It doesn't exist. But the rest is, it's you're looking at historical indicators, and that's not going to tell you when a price is fixing to move like this. I think it's more important to study the choppiness down here. Like, you're going to get the engineered buy side, more engineered buy side in a premium, and it's just waiting for something. So it does this to get people offside, and then it comes lower, 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 and then this happens, and it's like, oh. And it's funny because when you're looking for, when something like this occurs, and you start to go in here and you start to look for bearish PD arrays to get disrespected and utilized, there you go. It doesn't need to come in here. It's a balanced price range. So bam, comes in there, takes off. And there's your equal highs. Doesn't have to go there, but like, you have to understand something has to happen ahead of time. And the manipulation macro not doing a whole lot other than telling us, hey, we're going to go lower first. Lower first. It didn't do a whole lot, but if you study it enough, you'll see. Let's see here. Manipulation macro. So, yeah, I mean, all we did was run these equal highs here. And on here. Same thing. Yeah. So we just run these highs. Trade lower, go higher, but either way, there's a little consolidation. So I'm not looking for anything significant other than this here. So but yes, and vice versa. Yeah, you can literally just flip the script on this. So if you go and study, you have to go into your charts because I'm not going to do it for you. If you go to where all the down moves were occurring, like continuously, where we were reaching into the 25,400 area, Go study all of that. Like, all of it. I think the question probably would have been, where would I have taken a trade at? I know that's probably likely. One of the things, if I'm being honest, this is the only thing I would have saw for an entry. Because this did not close back above this. It did utilize it, and we opened here in it, but we weren't closed above it at the time. So I would have utilized something here, then shot off higher, just for something minor. I would have shorted here when I saw this, and I know that we have to go for something like this. There's a few entry points that I could have used, but sorry, I'm trying to read everything and make sure I'm caught up. Yeah, essentially after these things occur, though, you have to look up the ladder and say, well, where else is it going? All right. Any further questions ahead of this? This is just kind of like one of those open moves. If everyone could like and subscribe if you're new here, that'd be fantastic. It encourages me to do these more. It's not really hard to do these. I just enjoy. The thing about me is, like, if I'm doing this, I'm not typically trading. I don't mind it. It's just reading. I could care less. I mean, it's the same. But I don't know. To me, the moves have kind of, isn't 22 model right now. Thank you for your insights. Isn't 22. Well, technically, if you want the truth, I mean, the move's kind of already played out. So there's not really much to do right now. If I go to a higher time frame, or if I go hunt stuff over here like this, we probably landed here, and I probably just missed it, or maybe we didn't. If we stop short of here, this is probably see, we already hit it. So, and we went right to it to the tick. So there's not really anything else for me. I mean, got this high here too. Outside of that, there's not really a whole lot left, to be honest. I mean, it's just because from this time frame, these are just 15-minute highs. From this time frame, from here to here, we've already kind of already gotten up to these. Let's see what this looks like on a. All right, so if we compare, so it's Wednesday, 8:45, 31st. Where's Wednesday? That one? Jesus. Yeah, like NQ, I mean, ES is definitely the weaker one here. 'Cause that's Tuesday. Tuesday the 30th. Yeah, look how far off we are. Wow. Okay. Well, there's your weaker one for sure. This could be a bigger SMT playing out. Just be mindful. I'm going to pay attention. So we're still in the macro here. Let's just copy and paste this. That should be good. Yeah. Still in the macro. Stop short of another high. I mean, it's really all I would look for. If this wants to climb a little bit higher, it can. But I would just probably watch. I'm gonna take all this off my chart. I'll just leave that. I don't like to flood my chart. If I'm watching this, we see the midpoints being respected. So if anything, just up here is what I'd look for. I don't really see anything worthwhile. But people are coming alive just as I'm fixing to get off of here, because I'll sit around here for 10 more minutes to answer any questions. But outside of that, I think that really covers it for today. I'm gonna grab a Red Bull real quick. Smaller time frame. See that as liquidity taken. Boom. If you can view that, like I stay on a 1 minute chart. I'm going to be honest with you. Like the only time I go up on a time frame is, and I think a lot of people get that confused a lot. Like I am only, sorry, I'm refreshing this. I stay on a lower time frame. I can operate on a 1 minute chart. To me, that's where the engineering occurs. So that's where you could go in and actually be an engineer and actually pinpoint stuff and figure out what you're going to use, why you're going to use it. Because, how can I explain this as well? I can see this as a fractal delivery. I can see on a smaller time frame this was taken. So I don't need to, but it doesn't matter here. Same thing here. Like there's a lot you can dissect in here and find. You can find a fair value gap on a 15-second chart in here. So now look. Huh. Either way, this is fun. I love this stuff. Maybe it's just me. That would be an inversion, by the way. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, that's your buying point. Let me come back and touch the top of this. Never came back to the first presentation. I don't know. I really don't. If I'm being honest, like I'm not utilizing these. Like I'm just looking for time and price to align, and then I'd come in here and take my piece of the pie. So trying to read the private group chat too. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, like I said, this is all I'm kind of looking for right now. These become equal lows at a later time. Something also to watch for, but if you guys are good, I think that I'm probably going to bounce off of here in the next 5 minutes or so. I encourage you to go study the PD arrays, which ones work, which ones don't work, why they work, why they don't work. When you get choppiness, I think time is the most important factor. Obviously, it's the cornerstone for most, but and I've said that many a time. When does stuff work and when does it not? Right in here. It's got 6 minutes. We'll see what happens. Oh, actually, I'm gonna watch the first presentation. So right in here. We'll get down here and then I'll look for something to come here possibly. I'm looking for just a... The thing is yeah, I would just look for a little move that signals that we're gonna go lower and then go higher. That's all I have. If it blows past this, I wouldn't have any interest, but that's really all I have. And I'm watching this too. You see how these haven't been taken, and these are kind of been taken on NQ. Oh. Time to go find myself a trade. Well, guys, first stream of the year, so keeping it short and sweet. Hopefully you have some stuff to go study. And yeah, outside of that, if you have any questions, leave a comment below or shoot me a DM. And I'm not obviously going to go in depth on specific things for a reason. It's not going to happen on stream. I do work with people privately, so if that's something you're interested in, feel free to reach out. I enjoy the process of opening up the eyes to others. There's obviously a lot more than what I share here, but yeah, it's been fun. I'm gonna go hit the gym.